Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to do a kitchen cleaning guide, and I am going by every step of cleaning your kitchen. Now I'm starting by doing a quick tidy and cleanup of the entire kitchen because as a busy mom I know I'm going to get pulled away, so I like to start with a fresh slate when cleaning. But in today's video we are going to go over cabinets, appliances, light fixtures, decluttering, and all the way down to the floors. So literally we are going to do a top to bottom clean, get it all done. So if you are in the need to tackle your kitchen, make sure to stay tuned.
I was quietly protective of my heart to reassure that I couldn't break to pieces and be left alone once more. If you hadn't been.
So the night before I did a basic clean of the dishwasher, and when I mean basic, I mean I just did a vinegar run through it. So these are all the dishes from the night before, and I wanted to wash them by hand because I knew today I was going to be doing a thorough deep cleaning of your dishwasher. If you have not done a really good deep clean on your dishwasher, this video is going to motivate you to get it done because there are areas in our dishwasher that hides the nastiest of dirt and grime. And I know I definitely don't do it as much as I should, and doing it today, I was thoroughly disgusted. So if you haven't done a really good deep cleaning, this is definitely going to teach you how to do it and get you motivated to get yours done.
And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours. Anywhere you want it. Yeah, I'm yours. And now we're singing.
Also, here's your reminder that whenever you're doing any type of cleaning, remember it is not solely your responsibility. If there's things that you can get your kids, your husband, anyone that lives in your house to help you out with, definitely get that help. I know it can be really overwhelming to tackle these huge projects, so a little bit of help here and there is a good thing, and in the end it teaches responsibility to your kids. It also teaches them to have more respect for the items in your house and respect for you and the work that you do in the house. So make sure to get some help. I did this actually during the kids' spring break, so that is why you see Xander and Bjorn both home, and it's just nice to have that little bit of a helping hand. I knew for the most part there's not much that they could help me with, but getting this initial clean in the kitchen, that alone was a big help.
And now I stand here calling at your door. Oh, now I stand here calling at your door. Yeah, I'm yours. Anywhere you want it. Yeah, I'm yours. And now we're singing. Won't you tell me, baby, what do you see when your heart sinks in the deep?
And then they always tell you to start top to bottom, which I do highly recommend. However, in my house, having 4 kids, animals, all the things, my floors are always extremely dirty. So my plan on this day was, after I gave the quick initial cleaning, that I was going to run the robot vacuum and give the floors a good initial clean. I knew I had to take some time to go pump and handle other things, so I figured, well, I was taking a break. Well, if you call making food for the baby taking a break, I would let the vacuum come in and handle, like I said, those initial crumbs, all the stuff that I was wiping off the counters and the chairs and everything. I'm someone that loves walking around barefoot, and I hate walking on sand and crumbs, and living near the beach, we get so much sand in our house that I swear I run that robot vacuum once to twice a day just to keep up with it all.
Set me free. She called me back, want me to be right by your side. Nobody
Now, when it comes to my multi-purpose cleaner, I am just using some Pine Sol. If you've been with my channel for a while, you guys know that is my favorite multi-purpose cleaner, and I use it on practically everything. But like I said, I had to go take a break. It's at least 30 minutes when I do this. I wanted to show some realistic because I feel like often in the editing of videos, you really miss what all goes on. It looks like you're just cleaning nonstop, and I know at least when it comes to me, that is never the case during the day. There are a million and one other things to get done, so I wanted to show you some of the times where I stop and need to do other things, take care of the kids, take care of the baby, take care of the animals. Yes, these are all of our duck eggs. An insane amount of duck eggs. I am trying to declutter these cabinets. That way I can really get in here and deep clean. When's the last time you removed everything off your counters, cleaned the counters, cleaned the backsplash, and cleaned the things that were on your counter? Well, if you are joining me and doing a good deep clean on your kitchen, today is the day to tackle that.
You got a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine. But I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the
I totally hate when this happens, but I had thought I had pressed record and I did not. So before I went in with my Zep wall cleaner, which I love using on so many different things, I actually went in with my Swiffer duster and I dusted all of the cabinets and everything. Highly recommend doing a dry dust before you wet wash anything to get rid of any dust or pet hair or anything like that. It just makes the cleaning process so much easier. Also, if you haven't done a really good clean in your kitchen in a while, I would definitely recommend using a degreaser for this because it's something that your cabinets, your backsplash, often we don't even realize how greasy they get if you cook on a regular basis in your kitchen. But definitely keep in mind, if you haven't done this in a while, you may need some sort of degreaser over this Zep foaming wall. I try and keep up with this on a fairly regular basis, especially with having white cabinets. Things just show a lot more and a lot easier.
here with me, I'm gonna go crazy for love. I don't need another love, yeah. We do this every day, we do this love for love.
So I often get questions about this window in our kitchen. So this window was actually covered up by the previous owners before us, and we ended up putting it back in, which some people find a little weird because it looks out into another room. But so that sunroom actually used to be a part of the patio. It's an addition onto the house. What I love about that window is if I am working in the house or making lunch for the kids or anything like that, and they are outside swimming, I can see the entire pool from that window. And that was a very, very big reason that we ended up putting that window back in. Plus, it just allows a lot more light into the kitchen. We do have the really nice skylight. You can see that in the top left corner. That lets in a lot of natural light. But having that window with the sliding glass doors in the sunroom, I just really like all that light that it allows into the house. I am someone that natural light is huge to me. When we were house shopping and found this house, there was actually another house just like a block and a half down the road, and it was more updated and everything. But the second I saw it, I knew I was not going to like it. It had almost no natural light, and I knew it was set up in a way that there wasn't much ways to add the natural light. So even though this house was definitely in a lot worse condition and needed a lot more work, that never scared Bobby and I, especially because the nice thing about the work is it allows us to customize it to exactly what we wanted. But the natural light was a selling point to us. The big windows and everything like that that is one thing that's a lot harder to add after the fact.
People knew her by her will to make it whatever she put her mind to. Late night hours up the
This is another thing in my kitchen I often get questioned about is this little blue light. So this is a bug catcher. So all those pesky little fruit flies that come into your house, this attracts them and catches them. So if you were ever wondering what this was, that is what it is. And you can see it definitely works. We got this a couple years ago because, man, actually, I think I didn't have fruit flies. They were drain flies, which are so much worse than fruit flies because they are so hard to get rid of. And this definitely made a huge difference. Now, backsplash is the same as the cabinets. If your backsplash hasn't been done in a while, definitely use a degreaser. And when you're using cleaning products, especially in areas that are more stuff like stuck on areas you haven't cleaned in a while, let the product do its work. A lot of times we spend so much time scrubbing and doing stuff like that, where if you would just take the 5 minutes and spray and walk away, that makes the biggest difference in the world. So if you have anything that is tough on there, spray your product, let it work, and then come back and wipe. Sometimes you have to double apply, but I find often just walking away for those 5 minutes will make a huge difference. But after that, it was time to do a quick declutter of my pantry. This is something that I tell people all the time. Do it more often. I know a pantry can feel super overwhelming, but if you go in once a week, once a month, and just do a quick look through of your things, get rid of stuff you're not using. I know with food that can be like kind of gut-wrenching when you're like, ugh, I don't want to throw out food. But if it is taking up space, it is costing you emotional damage of having to move it around to find things and all of that. In my case, it was just a couple things I had to get rid of that were expired or something, and then restocking some of the other things. But I know even when I was going through this, finding stale chips and crackers, bread that had gone moldy, things like that, that I wanted to just take it all out. So do yourself a favor, take 5 minutes. I feel like that's all it took me to quickly do this little tidy up in here. And it makes life so much easier if when you are meal planning or on those days where you're like, I don't know what to cook. I swear, having a clean pantry makes it a lot easier because you can look and actually see everything you have.
You give me this energy. It is like you set me free. Chasing highs to stay alive. But if I'm with you, I'll survive. So hold me close into the night.
I know often we think of decluttering as getting rid of like main items in your house. So you may hear decluttering and you're like, oh, but that should be like gadgets and things like that in your kitchen. But for me, anything that is clutter is considered decluttering. So emptying this olive oil bottle and recanting it into my cabinet, that is decluttering. Refilling my flour, that is decluttering. Getting rid of the moldy, stale, expired food, all of that counts as decluttering. And if you are ever feeling like super overwhelmed by decluttering, I highly recommend starting with stuff like this. Go around your house and just grab all the trash, all those, Amazon boxes that were like, oh, this is a really nice box. I can use it for something. Do that first because often doing the easy decluttering will motivate you to do more.
Stay a bit longer. Yeah, I just need you to. I just need you to. Stay a bit longer. I just need you to.
And it was time for another break. Freya was hungry, so I quickly made her lunch. And then I also had to pump and feed little Athena. So everyone got their lunch, and then I got back to work. And this time it was time for the appliances. So the microwave often can feel super daunting, but this trick of just putting some water and letting it run for 5 minutes makes it so much easier. I also know a lot of people may not love oven cleaner, and there are definitely other ways you can do it. But nowadays they make this easy off in the non-fumed versions, and being someone whose mom is an asthmatic, I understand that certain products you just can't use depending on your conditions. So you can't always use the baking soda paste to clean out your oven, but if you don't love cleaning your oven and you can handle something like Easy Off, I highly, highly recommend it. And once again, the night before, I prep cleaned my kitchen. Like I said before, I did a cleaning of my dishwasher the night before. I also did a self-clean of the oven the night before. That way, when I got to work today, it just made it a lot easier. But now I can move on to the dishwasher. Well, all of those things just sit and do the work themselves. Nice thing is when I get back to there, it's going to be so much easier. So in the dishwasher, you can see I took out that bottom rack. I also took out any of the things that I could take out. So the spinny nozzle on the top rack I took out, the filter I took out, and I am just going in and scrubbing the entire thing. I will say though, if you are using Dawn dish soap to do this, make sure you wipe it all out with a paper towel before you run a cycle. Otherwise, you might have a bubble explosion in your kitchen and nobody wants that. But a lot of times you look at your dishwasher and you don't see this. We look in there, we're like, oh, it looks clean. But the seals are hiding so much, and in just a second, you're actually going to see me go in with paper towel and see how much is hiding in these seals. If you ever are like, man, my dishwasher just stinks and it's not getting my dishes clean, I can almost guarantee that these tricky little areas are what is hindering your dishwasher's ability to do the best it can.
Yeah, I just wanna be forever young. Yeah, I just wanna be forever young. I'm off the ground, no one can stop me now. Yeah, I just wanna be forever young. The other night, I remember what it felt like. Felt like to be young, I'm wide-eyed.
And this was the point that I realized there was a lot of gunk hiding in between the door and the rest of the dishwasher. I started with my Scrub Daddy, and after I was noticing that it just more and more and more just kept coming out of it, that is when I decided to go in with a skinnier scrub brush and the actual paper towels to get it clean. Also taking out this seal on the side because I noticed there was gunk in there. I did do a close-up. This is all the stuff that got in between that seal and is hiding back there. This stuff is what is making your kitchen stink. So if you can take out the seals, take them out, give them a good scrub. Really, really get in there. I got this little scrub brush, I want to say just from the dollar store. It's just a super skinny little like detail brush, and I don't use it a lot. It's one of those tools that it doesn't need to be used on most things, but when you have those areas, it comes in super, super handy. Also, I am using my DIY Dawn dish soap in this mister bottle, which is super easy to make. It is literally half water, half rubbing alcohol to about 2-3 tablespoons of the blue Dawn dish soap. It works just as good as the Dawn Power Wash, but a lot more affordable. So that is why I just make it nowadays. And I don't usually measure, I eyeball it all. That's why I say about 2 tablespoons of Dawn dish soap. I put in it till it's a certain color. I've made enough that is where I've figured out it seems to work the best. But here you go. This is me going into that seal. Look at that. Huge, massive gunk of stuff. And every time I wiped, there was just more. It's so nasty. I was disgusted. If you could see the look on my face, I'm like, do I really want to show this online? Because this is horrendous. So bad. I thought I was a clean person, and this was making me question my life choices.
미안해 되묻지 Yeah, I'll say it in 100
And do not forget the door. This is another, it's very, very important, especially the sides where it meets up with those gaskets, because that gets really, really grimy and grody as well. In your soap dispenser, really get in there. Like I said, I do go in with a paper towel to clean up all this Dawn dish soap, but I find that using the power wash just really does a good job at getting it all clean. And then going in with that paper towel to really pull out all the gunk and just, yeah, look at that. That's just from the little side door. You wouldn't expect it to get that bad, but it does. The little hinges, I swear the food and everything just flings all over the place, and it's going to start causing bacteria and mold and all the things that you definitely do not want on your freshly cleaned dishes.
For the things that I didn't mean 정말 미안해 되묻지 Yeah, I'll say it in 100 ways Please believe me when I say I'm sorry
And then once I was all done with the inside, it was time to go into the sink and just wipe down that gasket that I pulled off, wipe down the spray nozzle. If you ever notice that there's food particles stuck in your spray nozzle, definitely be careful with it, but you can take just like a little toothpick to pop them out. Those little nozzles getting clogged up was another big reason why you might notice that your dishwasher is not cleaning as well as it should be. Often I find just scrubbing it down with my Scrub Mommy works fine. But like I said, you can use a toothpick. Just be careful with them. You don't want to hurt anything in there. And this little filter that I'm putting back in, I pull it every single week and rinse it out. It rinses super easy when you do it on a regular basis and is a huge help to make sure that, once again, you don't have a stinky kitchen.
It's a new day for a high. It's another day to try to get by.
And yes, wiping this seal, I was still finding gunk. I literally wiped it till nothing else came out. I just kept going back with clean paper towel to see if more and more was coming. And I just kept wiping till it finally was clean, because just knowing that was all in there, it was grossing me out. So just keep at it. This can seem tedious, but definitely well worth your time. And then I did another vinegar wash on this. If you've never done one before, some dishwashers say cleaning cycle. If not, just use the hottest setting. So that could be pots and pans or whatever. And you can guess it. I had to take another pump break, baby break, all the things break. So back to it. I actually had to end up running my microwave again before I came back to clean it because I ended up stepping away for a lot longer than just 5 minutes. So I put it back in. Luckily, the second time around, you don't have to do it as much because you already really steamed it. But I love doing this because everything just wipes out so beautifully. And my microwave gets really dirty, like really dirty. I've got a 9 and 12-year-old that are hitting that teenage boy phase of eating. Like they are constantly cooking stuff in the microwave, not in the dishwasher. That would be weird if they were cooking stuff in the dishwasher. No, in the microwave. And literally just the other day, I asked Bjorn to melt me some butter, but do it for like 30 seconds at a time. That way it didn't bubble over and pop. And he's like, what do I do if it bubbles over and pops? I'm like, no, that's why you were supposed to only do 30 seconds at a time. So yeah, my microwave is always getting completely filthy. I need to get one of those really cool magnetic covers. Have you guys seen those? I need to get one of those. But then on to the oven. Once again, this wipes clean pretty easy. I love using oven cleaner on my glass stovetop because any of those burnt on spots come off so much easier. I just make sure after I wipe it off, I come back in with my multi-purpose cleaner and just make sure all it's off, and it just gives it a really nice shine. Now, I will let you know that this Scrub Mommy was due to be replaced. So my plan after this day was to use this thing and abuse it, and then it was getting thrown into the trash and replaced with a brand new Mommy.
All the right words pours from your mouth, holding me tight, saying I'm all yours, but I feel in my gut it doesn't feel right. I see in your eyes. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Tell me no lies. Tell me no lie, 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 lie. Let's talk about your ex.
You know I tell you this all the time, so this is no secret of mine, but if you hate cleaning like I do, but you love to cook and your kitchen is always messy, this is why I always tell you to do these projects more often. It sounds counterproductive, like I hate cleaning, why would I clean more often? But as you can see, my oven isn't that dirty, so it really didn't take me that long to scrub this out. However, if you are starting with a really bad oven, spray your oven cleaner on, put some saran wrap over it to keep it from drying. And you can also, in most ovens, actually take off the door, which makes it a lot easier to really get in here and scrub your little heart out. But once you have it back to like pristine condition, doing it more often is going to make the biggest difference, because this took me like 5 minutes. 5 minutes to clean my oven. Any of us can find that in our day to just do a quick cleaning of it. And it makes your life so much easier, because when you have to spend an hour scrubbing your oven, no one, I cannot think of a single cleaner that loves doing that. Now, they may love the dramatic before and afters, because that is always very satisfying. But the actual work of scrubbing and scrubbing and scrubbing is no fun at all. All right, though, now that we have the inside of our appliances looking grand. I can't talk right now. Brand spanking new. Let's move on to the exterior. So many people use the stainless steel cleaner polishers and stuff, and I like using those to polish. I do not like any of them, and I have tried multiple for cleaning. So I always go in with my multi-purpose cleaner and a microfiber cloth. That actually seems to get the greasy fingerprints and dog nose and lick prints off of my appliances. I then, if I want to polish them, will go in with a stainless steel cleaner, but I never actually use it to clean. I just have not found one that I feel actually does a very adequate job cleaning. Now, you did not see me clean the inside of my fridge. I know that one I left out. I actually just recently did a thorough cleaning of it, so it didn't need it. So I'm sorry, I didn't show that. But after I got done with the appliances, it's time to move on to your lower cabinets. And I did want to do a close-up to show you guys. They may not look dirty because the camera is a jerk and doesn't show you guys the real life messes at my house. So I definitely knew they were dirty. These ones by the sink, extremely dirty. That's why I did a second coat on it. And I sprayed the cleaner, walked away, and then came back 5 minutes later to really wipe everything down. These lower cabinets get way, way dirtier than my upper cabinets, so I know I need to give my product time to do its job and really work. That way I don't have to scrub, because none of us want to scrub. So walk away and wipe instead of sit there and scrub.
You're already on my mind when it gets late. I always realize that I need you. Are you thinking about me tonight? It's no secret, all my friends already know. There's no reason to hold it back, I let it show. All my feelings, are you thinking about me tonight?
The other nice thing about working top to bottom and in sections, if you haven't noticed already, I haven't really touched my island other than that initial cleaning in the very beginning. I do that because I know there is often a good chance that I can't get it all done in one day. If the baby's being extra clingy or whatever reason, I like to be at a point where I could walk away and deal with it the next day. So I wanted to work on these outlying cabinets. That way, if for some reason I couldn't get to the island, at least the majority of the kitchen is cleaned. And I knew the next day I could pick up and do that. But I like doing it in sections. It makes it feel a lot less overwhelming, and it makes it a lot easier to have those stopping points. But to finish off this section of the kitchen, I always love to give my sink a really good scrub down. You guys always ask about this little rack that's in my sink. So my mom actually had a rack like this, and well, she still does. And I loved it so much because it always drove me crazy when my stainless sinks would get scratched up from dishes and pots and pans and stuff. That when we had this sink installed, I went on Amazon, typed in the dimensions of the sink, and they have so many options. Now, I'm starting with cleaning the disposal real quick. I just put some ice down there, run the water, and then turn on the disposal to knock away any dirt and grime that is down there. And then I love throwing down some essential oils just to help with the smell. You can also do vinegar and baking soda and all of those things. There are a lot of options. You can buy the drain cleaners, and I do sometimes, but honestly, I buy them because they're fun. That sounds horrible, but sometimes they're just so fun, and I like switching up my cleaning products. When you don't like to clean, you look for the little things that bring you joy, and sometimes it's things like that. But to clean the actual stainless, I went in with baking soda, my power wash, sprayed it down, scrubbed it out, let it sit. Here's me saying again, I did this. I walked away for 5 minutes, and then I came back, gave it one last scrub, and rinsed it out.
Yeah. I don't wanna be the girl, but I kinda need a word. Well, I'm into you. And all I know, it's been a long time. I was on the sideline waiting for you. We could go to California or anywhere you wanna. As long as I'm with you, I'm alright. And we don't need the drama. We'll find our own nirvana. So
And like I said, this scrub mommy was done. It was time to retire her. But after she got retired, I did a quick wipe down of the counters again. I know I did them in the beginning, but I feel like after spraying all the different cleaners and everything, I like to go in and make my counters the last thing I do. Kind of like my floors. Yes, I do the floors in the beginning just to get all the major dirt and grime off of them, but I always go back again at the end and do a more thorough cleaning. Same with my counters. Have they been wiped down? Yes, but going just back in and giving them a really good wipe down at the end, I feel like just kind of finishes it off and makes it feel so much better.
We could go to California or anywhere you wanna. As long as I'm with you, I'm alright. And we don't need the drama. We found our own nirvana. So run away with me tonight. 'Cause it feels like I'm dreaming when I'm waking up next to you.
Now we're moving on to the island once again, top to bottom. So I am starting out with these lights. Now, these lights, I have a love-hate relationship with them. I love the way they look, the bubbled glass and everything. Absolutely love them. I hate that I can't remove the glass to clean them. If you can remove the glass to clean them, I highly recommend it. It is so much easier to clean light fixtures if you can take them off and clean them in the sink, or even better, throw them in your dishwasher. But in this case, I can't do that. So I am just going in there. Once again, multi-purpose cleaner. I'm using a glass polishing cloth. A glass polishing cloth is just a microfiber cloth, but it has a lot tighter of a knit to it. It really does make a huge difference when you are dealing with windows, mirrors, anything like that. Massive difference to keep it streak free. So highly recommend, if you don't have glass polishing cloths, go on Amazon, pick you up some. I love using them. When I am doing the sliding glass doors especially, which get so dirty, you guys see me often use the double cloth method, where I will go in with just a traditional microfiber cloth and clean it, and then go in with my glass polishing cloth to get it shiny and streak free.
I get dressed up to go downtown. I'm all messed up on a Friday night. Not really here for a good time, but if you're up for drinks and a good crowd, raise your glass to the sky. Let's toast to that. All these.
Also, if you have not invested in washable rugs for your kitchen and your bathrooms, just do it. It is so worth it. I shook mine out and then moved on to the island and cleaning this one off. Once again, this island looks clean on camera. It just doesn't show all the dirt and stuff, especially on this backside. Let me know if your kids love putting their dirty feet all over the back of your island. Mine is always so filthy from them. So it definitely needed a good wipe down. But even the front, I do a lot of food prep here. So this is going to be the area that if anything spills, it falls right onto these cabinets, and they're at perfect dog and kid height. So the sticky fingers, once again, the lick marks, the dogs walk in here and like sneeze on the cabinets. I don't know how they get so completely filthy, but they get real nasty. And especially the one that holds our garbage, this one right here. Ooh, always so bad. It's never clean. The sides are the part that probably are the cleanest, the black sides. But yeah, I have other issues with that. If you guys have followed me for a while, you know I want to do an update on my island. I loved this when I did it, and I still love it, but it's just not holding up well with how aggressive my kids are. And I want to do something that'll be a little bit more kid friendly. But since I did have this all clean, I'm like, you know what? I'm doing all this in the kitchen. I'm going to take the time and do a quick touch up of the black paint. And this is one of the reasons that I want to do a refresh on here is from them kicking and whatever, it just gets chipped really, really easy. Luckily, I do keep touch-up paint on hand, so it doesn't take too long to do a quick touch-up on it, but it also doesn't take too long for this touch-up to look like I did nothing because it starts chipping and peeling again.
I'll do just what I want, yeah. I'll dance on top of the bar. I won't come down on it. Yeah, I'll just do what I want. This is my pity party, pity party. I met you during the golden age of television shows like Parks and Rec.
All right, if you are doing this with me, we are almost done. It is time to tackle the floors. And I've said before, if you are doing a thorough deep cleaning, doing a double mop makes all the difference in the world. And if you have a vacuum mop, it's so much easier to do. So I go in with my vacuum mop first. This gets up any crumbs, any dog hair, and gets that initial dirt layer off the floors. It also allows like a little pre-soak on any areas that are a little bit more grimy before I go in with an actual mop and bucket. Because as much as I love this vacuum mop, it does work phenomenal. It's kind of like comparing washing your floors on your hands and knees to a mop and a bucket. Sure, a mop and a bucket is great, but you're going to do a better job on your hands and knees. Same here. This product is amazing. My floors are so much cleaner nowadays because this is easier to use, so it gets done way more often, but it's not the same as using a traditional mop and bucket. So if you're ever like trying to figure out if it's worth it, 100%, 110% if you've got kids and animals. But it's good to know that it is different. But I also tell people, if you're mopping your house once every 6 months or once a month, and you would do this daily, weekly, doing something is better than nothing. So I feel like it'll make a big difference just from the fact that you do it more often. I know for me, I do this way more often than pulling out my mop and bucket than I used to ever do. So it does make a huge difference in that situation.
Stuck together like it or not, yeah. Through every high, through every drop, yeah. You shake this feeling, can't break the spell. We're in this mess and it fits us so well. We're stuck together like it.
Now, when it comes to what is in my mop water on this day, and sometimes it varies. Sometimes I just use Pine Sol. Sometimes I'll use powdered Tide. KOE has been a new favorite of mine. It works so well. It's Kennel Odor Eliminator is what KOE stands for, and it really does work well if you have pets. But on this day, I am using powdered Tide with a splash of bleach. Now, if you're nervous about using bleach in your mop water, one, don't mix bleach with vinegar. Please, please do not do that. Very, very bad for you. Vinegar and bleach never, ever, ever mix. Honestly, if you don't know if you should mix it with bleach, don't do it. So many people mix cleaning products and it can be very, very harmful to your health. But I know Tide and bleach are fine together, and I like when I'm doing a thorough cleaning like this to go in with bleach. It is literally just a splash of it, but I feel like it really does a good job cleaning. It doesn't affect my floors. Once again, if you are nervous about it affecting your floors, do it in a discreet area of your house, behind a doorway, in a little corner, under a piece of furniture, and do a test spot before trying it. I always recommend that with any of my cleaning stuff because everyone's house is a little bit different. So you may not have the same type of flooring that I do or whatever. There could be a million different reasons, but for us, this works really, really well. And there is just something about doing a really good mopping on the kitchen that It feels just finished, and I love when it comes to this point. I can look back and see what I did, and I just feel so accomplished and so much more relaxed. That is why I always tell you, if you don't love cleaning, think about why you love to clean. I don't love cleaning, but I love having a clean house. It always makes me feel so much better. But after I was done with this, it was time just to kind of put the house back to in order. Now, do yourself a favor, please dust your items before putting them back on your counters. So often at this point, it's very easy to be like, I'm so over this. I'm so done. I don't want to do anything, and we'll just put our items back. But you did all this work, so you owe yourself to take another 5 minutes, give all your little things a quick dusting, and then put them back. But that is also why I like to decorate with useful things in my kitchens. I do not have a lot of just like random knick-knacky stuff. I use all my cutting boards. You see the little plant. Yeah, that's just to be pretty. But butter dish and salt and pepper shakers, like these are things that I style to look really pretty, but I also use them all the time. So it's all practical items that I like to keep in my kitchen.
Wanna be free of this heart, yeah. Wanna feel your arms around me. I need you more, need you here, more than I would like to admit. Let's forget about tomorrow, yeah. Should I hide away forever?
And don't forget to turn on that diffuser or light that candle, because there's nothing better than finishing it off with a nice, clean, fresh scent into the kitchen. So you can see I put in some essential oils into my diffuser. I did move some of my stuff around just to kind of change it up. I like to do this every once in a while. Even though I use the same items, I like changing it around. I love using my eggs, though, having them on the counter. Yes, it's safe to have them on the counter. These are unwashed, fresh eggs. But just then, sit back and enjoy everything you got done. I was so exhausted by the end of this day, though, that I was not about to cook because I was not about to mess up this kitchen. So we did pizza. Ordered in pizza, we ate off of paper plates. That way I could enjoy just for one night a completely spotless kitchen, because we all know this does not happen often and it doesn't stay like this for long. But hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. And I wonder if they have a pizza emoji down below. If not, just comment pizza. But if you can find a pizza emoji, leave me a pizza emoji. Let me know that you made it to the end, and I'll see you next time. Bye.